Alright, welcome, no intro, fuck that bullshit. So, there's the Gomu Gomu no Mi, there's the Yami Yami no Mi. I think it's fucking crazy how similar these fucking fruit look. And both of these fruits have shown to be kinda weird. First, the Gomu Gomu no Mi, aka the Nika Nika no Mi. Obviously, this isn't the typical fruit. This is a mythical zone that's been hidden because it's some special fruit associated with the sun. And then here, the Yami Yami no Mi. Another weird fruit. This fruit is weird because, one, okay, Blackbeard's hyping up this fruit like he knows some shit. It's said to be the best fruit or whatever the fuck he was talking about, which is crazy because they just said this was the most ridiculous fruit. So, it's said to be a Logia, but at the same time, he's not intangible. He could just summon the dark and shit. Just like a Logia could summon like an element, sure, but he's not intangible. The same thing can be said about, like, well, the ice from fucking, what's his name? Aokiji? Well, he's not intangible, and that's because ice is a fucking solid. You can't go through ice. Like, I could go through water. I could walk through fucking fire. It's gonna hurt like a bitch, but still. But here's the thing. Why the fuck couldn't you walk through darkness? You could walk through light like fucking, Kizaru. I think that's his name, Kizaru. Am I pronouncing it wrong? I feel like pronouncing it wrong. You can hit him with attack, and he's just going to be intangible. You can't hit him. It just goes straight through him. And I think darkness should be an intangible object, right? Not object, but intangible element type of thing, right? Why the fuck would it be a solid? It doesn't make any sense to me. It's such a weird Logia. I think there's a pretty good chance that this is also a mythical zone. This is the first time we see Blackbeard, I think this is the first time. This is the first time Luffy sees Blackbeard. They both wham their fist against the counter at the same time. It's two sides of the same coin. They're obviously supposed to be parallels. It couldn't be any more fucking obvious. Oh yeah, and I'd like to mention, what the fuck is this image? So we got fucking Blackbeard, right? As a kid. And we have the moon, out of all things. Nothing else. There's nothing else around except for whatever this is. I can't tell what that is. I'm pretty sure that's just like a blanket that he slept on. He has nothing else really in the back but this moon. I think this is just supposed to reflect his devil fruit. I think another line that might be somewhat important is, let them laugh. If you're aiming for the top, you don't need your fist to show your might. I think that just because Luffy's got the whole Joy Boy thing, Sun God, and you could think going for him, it's just kind of a funny line to think of in retrospect. This might be a bad translation, and this is a part where the translation would be extremely important, but they keep saying more than one, and I think this is the most ominous panel for some fucking reason. I don't know. At first I thought it was kind of wild that Blackbeard got on Whitebeard's ship and was able to find the exact devil fruit he's looking for out of the hundreds or thousands of devil fruits out there. And then, okay, I feel like this makes a lot more sense because Blackbeard said, I felt like if I got on this ship, I'd find the fruit. And because we learned that, hey, zone fruits can have a mind of their own from the recent chapter, it kind of makes sense that he would have a good idea of how to find the fruit if it's a zone fruit. I stayed on Whitebeard's ship for decades because I knew it was my best chance of finding that devil fruit. That is kind of fucking crazy to think about now that we know the shit with the Goro said. That was bad luck. This power chose me. Bro. It's just so in front of us. Alright, so I'm at the chapter right after that. Let's see what the cover story is for this chapter. Blah, 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 blah. It's fucking NL on the moon. Something else I'd like to point out is Blackbeard's fruit was acclaimed as the most dangerous fruit. Luffy's fruit was acclaimed as the most ridiculous fruit. So it's like there's these tiers of fruits that have these certain titles that make them stand out. So it's funny how it's a fucking Logia fruit, but look. Pew 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 pew. And then look at him, he's in fucking pain. It's supposed to be intangible. He says, I could tell you Darkness thing is pretty amazing, but that's odd. If your powers are Logia type, an attack like that shouldn't hurt you. Which makes me think he's not a fucking Logia. just interesting to think about. So, I think he's had a lot of things of black hole and then being able to erase powers. I'm sure you've seen this fucking video. Everybody that is on the One Piece realm of YouTube has seen this fucking video. The best One Piece story you'll ever watch, I guess. Anyways, this part is the part I'm focused on.
Of the moon. By the way, I just looked it up. In Teotihuacan, one of the ancient cities of Mexico that Chandora is based on, there actually is a pyramid of the sun and a pyramid of the moon.
Alright, and this is the island that he was talking about. This is the fucking one based off the sun. And this is where the moon would be. It's kind of funny how Blackbeard's abilities have been consistently to erase shit. And then, where you'd guess the moon temple to be, where is it? It's erased! Oh yeah, that's the end of a bunch of bullshit I wanted to talk about.